Have we lost the middle class stories in today's entertainment? Let's find out in today's episode. Hi, this is Amar, and you're listening to Entertainment, Entertainment, Entertainment. Hello, and welcome to the fourth episode of Entertainment, Entertainment, Entertainment podcast. And today we are going to talk about the stories of middle class. Now, if you like me grew up in 90s, we pretty much remember the stories of Mungeri Lal or Wagle, Rajni, or the shows like Salab, Imtihan, and many others, which came on national television, be it Doordarshan or Z, and they spoke about the middle class and what happens in their life. Today, I see that as a void in the TV shows and the web series that's coming up. Primarily in the TV shows is what I would say, because clearly there are two extremes of the shows that are available. Either it's about the richest, which is extremely wealthy and well-to-do family, and all the schemes that goes up in the rich family, and the other is about the poor, where they would typically show the village and small things and conspiracies that go on there. So typically it's to do with these, and that's where I see there is a void that's existing, which is stories dealing with middle class. If you are also feeling the same, there is a creative group that has created stories around middle class. So you have Timeliners. The Timeliners is a Delhi-based group that have created multiple comedy sketches, or sketches I would say, on the day-to-day situation, but they came up with a web series called The Aam Aadmi Family in 2016, and had a season 2 launched late last year, that is in 2017. The season 1 is 5 episodes, season 2 is 7 episodes. So in today's podcast, I'm going to be talking about how did they recreate the nostalgia, or how did they create the nostalgia that I used to have in the 90s. So basically, I think it worked really well for me. First part, I would say it's taken care of really well by the good, really good cast, or the choices of the actors that they had. So you have Brijendra Kala at the center, or the head of the family. You have very talented Lubna Salim playing the mother's role, and she's a housewife or a homemaker, as we would call. There is Dadi, or the mother-in-law for Lubna Salim, played by Kamlesh Gill. Once again, a typical Delhi Punjabi family role done really well. You have Gunjan Malhotra playing the daughter, and Chandan Anand playing the son. And there is Sudhir Chaube, who is doing the role of a cunning family, or I would say not a family, but a neighbor. So this is about the central character, Vijay Kala, who is a banker, and he how he cares for his family, and typical issues or things that happen in a middle class family, how life goes around. And this is based out of Delhi. So those of you who are from Delhi would be able to kind of relate or associate a little more with this. But nevertheless, it's about the way this entire thing is dealt with, which gives it a very light and enjoyable watch, or I would say a delightful watch. The first season is all about setting up the characters, and while they are kind of connected very thinly, individual episodes, you can still watch the individual episode and not miss out on stuff. My personal favorite is the season finale. That's episode 5 in season 1. And it clearly shows the human emotion and how people deal with it in the family. So it's basically a father who's getting a transfer to Shimla for a promotion and how the family deals with it. Very, very, very nicely done in terms of the storytelling. And each of the episodes, be it season 1, season 2, are 15 to 20 minutes. So once again, as I said, it's a light or a delightful watch. You can easily binge watch 12 episodes and it'll not be more than 3 hours for you. Watch it at your own pleasure. Coming to the season 2, clearly it takes it a notch ahead, and there are a good amount of things they touch upon. It's the mother daughter relationship, daughter and father relationship, brother and sister relationship, son and father relationship, plenty of emotions, and it does not dwell too much into melodrama. Whereas there is this theme of the daughter getting married, and there would have been a good amount of melodrama that was possible. There are moments, but it's just a moment, as I would say. The father son bonding that happens in the whole Ram Leela episode is very nicely done, and you can basically feel the emotion. So, the whole thing about this show is the beauty of scripting, and they have made it on a very small budget. You can clearly see the first season is all about the house, and most of the shoot is done in the house. The second season is where they have got a little more budget, so they went out and shot. But yeah, very nicely done. So this is another example of what can be achieved in a smaller budget when you have a good script and decent actors to kind of work on it, and the actors basically blossom when they are given a decent script. So pretty much kind of taking care of what I covered in the previous episodes. The whole thing about Delhi also comes out in the Shadi Barat episodes, and you can see the siapa that happens, or literally siapa, that goes around and the family has to deal with. But all is well that ends well. Once again, that's another middle class value or the belief that they have fulfilled in this show. So, all in all, according to me, we still have the craving, or at least I have the craving for these kind of shows which deals with the middle class, simple things told, or simple stories rather told in a nice way, which leaves you with that happiness. In fact, the Timeliners group specializes, I would say, probably amongst the other web creators. And I'm going to cover some of the prominent or the dominant web creators in the future episodes. So, the Timeliners group specializes in creating the middle class stories with the Delhi base. So I'm assuming that they are based out of Delhi, and hence these stories come naturally to them. Another show which is created by them is called Flames, and it's all about the college romance. So I'm going to cover a review of that also in the upcoming episodes. But that has also been a popular popular series, I was to say. So yeah, all in all, go watch the Aam Aadmi Family if you really enjoy the middle class stories. If you have already watched it, let me know what are your thoughts. What is your review? What's your review about this show? Let me know. And I would really like to hear what you feel about the Aam Aadmi Family as a series, the characters. what is your favorite episode? Which episode did you like the most in season 1, in season 2, and why? And what would you like to cover in the upcoming podcast episodes? Any specific web series? I am definitely now going to kind of cover some of the short films now that I've covered at least 3 web series. So in the upcoming episode, you can expect to hear about some of the short films, about the production houses, and what are some of the trends that I am seeing in the web medium. So thank you again for listening, and I will talk to you soon. Please share, comment, and subscribe to the podcast wherever you get your podcast from. This podcast is also available on Castbox. Thank you very much.